Here we have the function x to the third minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6, and this is what the graph looks like. From this graph right here, the blue part, this part of the graph, we say that the graph concaves down, and then the red part, we say that the graph concaves up, and this point right here, where the concavity changes, that's called the point of inflection. So this point right here is the point 2, 0. So the point 2, 0 is called point of inflection. And then we say that the graph concaves down on the interval from the left side up to 2. That's where the graph is concaving down. So it'll be from negative infinity to 2. And then we say that graph concaves up on the interval, and this is 2 right here, and so this part is called, the graph is concaving up, and so it's going to be from 2 to the right, so it'll be 2 to infinity. And so that's just by looking at the graph. And so the question now is, how do we know that this is exactly 2, 0? And so how do we find this point of inflection, this point right here? And so that's where the second derivative comes in. And so we do the first derivative, and then the derivative of x to the third is 3x squared. The derivative of minus 6x squared would be minus 12x. The derivative of 11x is 11, and then derivative of 6 is 0. And so we get 3x squared minus 12x plus 11. And then now we need to do the second derivative. So take the derivative again. The derivative of 3x squared would be 3 times 2x, which is 6x. And then derivative minus 12x would be minus 12. And the derivative of 11 is 0. So we get 6x minus 12. And now define point of inflection. Set the second derivative equal to 0. And so we have 6x minus 12 equal to 0. Add 12 to both sides, then we get 6x is equal to 12. Divide both sides by 6, and we get x to be 2. Now finding y when x is 2. Go back to the original function. And then in the place of x, we have 2. And then simplify, this is equal to 0. So when x is 2, y is 0. and the point 2, 0 is a point of inflection. So that's how we figure out the point of inflection. Find the second derivative and set it equal to 0 and solve for x. And once more, to figure out where the graph concaves up and concaves down, so the blue graph right here, it will go down infinitely and it will go towards the left side. And so from the left side to 2, the graph concaves down. And then from 2 to the right, the graph concaves up. And so we say that this function right here concaves down on the interval from the left side, which is negative infinity, to 2, and then we say that this function right here concaves up on the interval from 2 to the right, or 2 to infinity.